Happy Vlogmas Day 13. I think I said that yesterday in the pharmacy review. Oops. I'm losing track of days here. But anyways, I just woke up, did my Blogilates, and I haven't done any skincare because I want to share with you guys. Many of you have asked me to talk about the Olay Effects Whips, which I have here. This is the Olay Total Effects Whip SPF 25 fragrance-free moisturizer. I got this on Walgreens along with some other products that I hope to share with you all along the way. I purchased this and that is how I got that Walgreens little luxuries box that I opened up for you guys this weekend. But anyways, yeah, so let me go ahead and start putting this on. But it comes in a jar and it's, I don't know if you can see. It's a nice thick cream. I've used it several times, and it is pretty dang moisturizing. It's a chemical sunscreen, so it has avobenzone in it, which is the UVA chemical filter that covers UVA 1 and UVA 2. And then it has UVB filters in it for UVB protection. Homosalate, octisalate, octocrylate. And to remind you, UVA are the rays that penetrate deeply, damage collagen, contribute to wrinkles. UVB mutates skin cell DNA and leads to a sunburn and contributes to skin cancer. And both of them age the skin. But yeah, all right, so I'm just getting on a good layer here. But the thing about chemical sunscreens in general is that they are nice aesthetically for people because they don't leave a cast, like zinc, titanium dioxide sunscreens. And one problem with chemical sunscreens is that they often sting on the skin. I haven't found that to be the case with this particular one, particularly around my eyes. And I suspect that is because the ingredient that by and large I think stings me and most people as far as chemical sunscreen ingredients is oxybenzone. Oxybenzone is probably one of the most irritating chemical filters. Oxybenzone is what is in like Helioplex from the Neutrogena sunscreens. It's a UVB filter and it's often complexed with avobenzone to stabilize avobenzone. And so for me, the Neutrogena sunscreens around the eyes sting like the dickens, particularly the higher the SPF of the Neutrogena chemical sunscreens, the more stingy they are. But this sunscreen only has SPF 25, so you need to get a really good layer on in order to achieve SPF 25. Most consumers put on about 1/3 of the amount they need to get to the SPF on the label. Alright, so this feels really good going on, easy to tolerate, no fragrance, no irritating ingredients. This has niacinamide in it. Niacinamide is an antioxidant. It also can help the body, the skin make its own niacinamide again, which is great. Kind of can kick that off. It's helpful for barrier repair and getting your skin barrier to repair itself a little more expeditiously. It's helpful for redness. It's a great ingredient and you will find it in most moisturizers. This also has green tea polyphenols in it as well. So this, unlike the Neutrogena ones, which do sting, offers less aggressive UVA protection in terms of a chemical sunscreen. But yeah, so that's the shortcoming of this, is that the UVA protection is going to wane pretty quickly. So you need to reapply this. Really consistently and, you know, at least every 2 hours, to be frank. Even if you're not even if you're not outdoors a whole lot, like if you're going just about your day and you're in the car and that kind of thing, you kind of need to reapply this every 2 hours. You lose that UVA coverage pretty quickly with something like this. If you're indoors all day and you're not by a window, then, you know, just apply it 3 times a day. That's my rule of thumb. And the reason I say 3 times a day, even if you're in a dark cave all day, is you never know when the fire alarm or something's going to go off and you're going to have to go outside. So it's just it reinforces the habit basically by doing it 3 times a day, and I think it is an important behavior to continue. By and large, sunscreens fail because users don't apply enough. People don't apply enough, and they don't apply it frequently enough, so they only apply it once in the daytime. And sometimes these moisturizing sunscreens can be really misleading for consumers. They're like, oh yeah, I've got SPF in my moisturizer, I'm good to go. They put this on in the morning and they don't reapply the rest of the day. You know, I hear a lot of women say this. They're like, oh, my moisturizer has SPF in it. But are you reapplying this all day? Probably not. So, you know, the protection goes away pretty quickly. Personally, I prefer the Olay Complete UV 365 Daily Moisturizer with Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This one contains zinc in it, as well as some chemical filters for UVB. Zinc will get you UVA and UVB, and doesn't degrade. You still have to reapply because the sunscreen wipes off throughout the day. All sunscreens do. But this is more UV insurance than this. And then this morning, for fun, I thought I would also try out this new CoverGirl Lash Flourish by Lash Blast. This is the mascara that I got in the Walgreens beauty box. Walgreens Little Luxuries box. So yeah, I just want to come on and go ahead and put the sunscreen on so you guys can see how it goes on. You know, it's pretty nice, aside from the shortcomings that I mentioned, and it is pretty expensive, but I hope to review more of the Olay. Olay has a lot of, like, their Regenerist line that I'm glad to see they're going fragrance-free or offering fragrance-free in many of their products. They're just expensive, but I got a lot of them to hopefully review for you all, and many of them have green tea in them and niacinamide, so I'll look forward to trying those out and reviewing them for you guys. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on and share with you the total effects. I'm going to do this adaptogen coffee this morning. This is one of the 4 Sigmatics with Tulsi in it. This is just one of their instant coffees. My water's boiling. That's quite good. Yeah, that one has a very cinnamony undertone. My Gingerbread Village candle is almost finished. Update on that. I have to say, as far as Tuscany candles go, it was not a dud, but I've been underwhelmed with Gingerbread Village. It started out strong, but as it's gotten down to this last layer, it really does not put out much fragrance, much scent. So yeah, I was a little underwhelmed with Gingerbread Village. It started out strong, and yeah. That's the first Tuscany candle that I've had that's kind of been I'm glad I didn't start with that, otherwise I may not have bought others. But the other thing I've noticed with their three color, you know, multicolored candles is sometimes, although it seems to have spaced out, sometimes the wicks can get a little cyclopic. They start to kind of come together right now over me. But that was the case for a while. I think when I was in the second layer, and now it's the last layer, I've kind of spaced out. But yeah, here with this is my glitter Totoro that a viewer made for me. I'm very much in love with. I'm drinking one of these True Lime This is the raspberry lemonade flavor. I have been getting some duds of these lately. Have you guys ever had a dud of the True Lemon beverage mixes? And by dud, what I mean is the powder has, I guess, maybe melted or something, gotten too hot, and just completely solidified into a crystalline rock in the packet, and it's not something that you can shake out or reconstitute. It's really frustrating. I got that with a couple of these raspberry lemonade ones, so that's a little annoying. I don't know if there's an expiration date on them or what, but I'm hoping that. I'm gonna get some more today, because today's grocery day. Woohoo! I'm gonna get some more, so hopefully I won't have any duds. I don't know which flavor I'll get, but yeah, just a little beverage update. You know me and my drinks. Well, hey guys, what's up? It's the end of the day and I just swung over here to the post office. Check it out, I got a Christmas card. How beautiful is this? It's from UNICEF. I love it. The ornaments all maybe say peace in different languages. That's a really nice card. Thank you. But it was a bit of a madhouse in there. I also had a package delivered in my P.O. box, and you have to go and get the package from the back room. You give the man a little slip, and he goes and gets it. And I've always talked about how jolly my postal workers are here, but I think they're probably feeling a little drained from all of the holiday hullabaloo, because he kind of threw it at me, and I was like, ooh. Thank you. Seriously? Who does that? Can we say passive aggressive? Holding a parking space? My goodness. And it's around that hour where the dad crowd is in here. And I call it the dad crowd because around this particular Costco, there are all of these like office buildings. And they all kind of let out at once, like the car rider line. And all of it's predominantly men for whatever reason that work in these buildings, or at least that's my impression. They all relinquish at one time and they come over here to Costco, and they must be tasked with like bringing things home, you know, items that got left off of the weekly grocery shop. So you'll see them in here, and I call it the pre-dinner happy hour, dad happy hour, because they'll circle around and get samples, I guess, before they go home, and they're picking up, you know, things like diapers and whatnot. So I have to ward off the dad crowd. So from Costco this week, I got another bag of the organic frozen peas. I am about halfway through the bag that I got last week, but I figured I'd just go ahead and get another one. So I don't have to get it in the future, because I really enjoy these. And I got another bag of crunchy dried beet chips. I am doing really well. I still have probably about a third of my last bag, which I purchased 3 weeks ago. So I have I've tapered my beet habit. I was going through a bag a week at one point, which was a lot of beets. I also got the 6 count of the unsweetened organic almond milk. This stuff is great. Very convenient. Goes without saying, the fresh and quick. And that's about it from Costco. They have really been disappointing in their stock lately. From Kroger, I got the usual head of Savoy. And then this week, the turnips were really, really large, Texas-sized turnips. Ew, a rutabaga snuck its way in there. I don't like those as much, but that's okay. I also got some parsnips. These in the air fryer, so good. That air fryer is really upping my produce consumption even more. These, once they bake in the air fryer, I just bake them at I slice them in half and I bake them at like 350. I dust a little bit of cinnamon on them and they come out really delicious. You should try them that way. You could probably do something similar in your oven if you don't have an air fryer. Just bake them for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Speaking of baking things that have been sliced for 20 minutes at 350 degrees in the air fryer, chayote, oh yeah, so good. It gets like soft and juicy on the inside and crispy on the outside. Likewise, yellow squash, yeah, I don't know. The air fryer is just like turning me into a produce consuming fiend. I always have eaten a lot of produce, but now it's kicked up notches. I got my usual 3 heads of cauliflower, the yellow onion, and the garlic. And I'm stocking up on fresh cranberries. They're on sale currently at Kroger, and Costco no longer is having them in stock, which is a disappointment, but they freeze nicely. It's in the freezes beautiful section. I also got 3 bags of radishes. Again, another air fryer delight. And then I got a container of unsweetened applesauce. And I also got, like I said this morning, some more True Lemon. I just got the plain lemonade flavor this time. Hopefully there won't be any duds in here, but this stuff's really good. And I also got a carton of unsweetened plain soy milk, West Soy. I always have loved Ready Whip in the can, and I saw a while ago that they have almond milk Ready Whip, non-dairy. It's completely vegan, and I keep meaning to pick it up at Kroger, and I finally remembered and went over to the section of the store where they have this, over by the dairy. Now that I'm vegan, I never go over there, but that's where they have it, in that kind of dairy milk section. And I'm interested to give this a try because I love this stuff. No lie. Like, I like eating it straight out of the can. Well, at least the traditional dairy kind, which I haven't had since going vegan. All of the holiday themed candy was 50% off, so I got this limited edition candy cane peppermint eclipse. 20 bucks, says this tastes exactly like regular peppermint eclipse, but somehow they can trick your brain into the fact that it's candy cane by putting this on there. And oh, I just noticed this. They're actual candy canes on the gum. How cute is that? All right, that was totally $2.75 worth spending. Oh yeah, my life just got a whole lot better. And speaking of life getting better, that lovely card that came in my P.O. box was a UNICEF card, and they had them at my Kroger. So thank you for sending it to me because you motivated me to get my own to send out. They didn't have your card, the one with the lovely peace tree, the peace ornaments, but they had this one, which I thought was very nice and kind of holiday neutral. So you can send it to many friends and get some stretch out of it for a while. So I like that. Yeah, kids like seem to not trick or treat, or at least through neighborhoods. I haven't gotten a trick or treater at Halloween in years. I don't know that they do the little UNICEF thing at all anymore. I know that was something they did when my mom trick or treated. Yeah, so I guess they sell cards now, which I'm happy to support in that manner. But yeah, that's everything that I got at Kroger and Costco this week. So that CoverGirl mascara is holding on strong. It's not too bad. I did reapply several layers of sunscreen today. I went with the Olay Sensitive Skin Combination Sunscreen, the zinc one. I reapplied that several times throughout the day. I was mostly indoors, but with going to the store, I was in and out of the parking lot, so I did reapply. I probably reapplied today about 4 times total. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.